Hello, everyone, and good morning. So we're here to talk about two more winter weather events that will affect New England in the next couple days. Um, and number one is currently located down by Washington, D.C., right there, and Baltimore. So you see that precipitation, in a bit of a arc shape here, and it's extending right into our region, although I do not think that much of this precipitation is reaching the ground at this point due to very low dew points. Um, so this precipitation will lift to the northeast into our area, and that may cause a few minor problems. But accumulations of 2 to 4 inches can be expected for areas like Springfield, and interior northwest Connecticut, kind of in the area that I highlighted there. Most of the rest of the region, the rest of this area, Lowell, maybe by Keene, in that area, it's going to be 1 to 3. And then, the rest of southern New England, in that area, we'll just get a coating to 2 inches, due to maybe a little bit of mix-in of sleet and rain. And up here, it's going to be the lack of precipitation that's going to be cause for such light amounts. Now, speaking of precipitation and forecasts, this is the NAM model again, and I'll use it just as kind of like a baseline to describe what I think is going to happen. So, yeah, let's go to. We'll start here at 7 o'clock this morning. So, about a half hour, 20 minutes from now. And you can see this is the precipitation I was talking about, associated with that weak wave of low pressure that's centered way out here, right over there. And this guy is going to be moving to the northeast, and so is the precipitation associated with him. So that's going to be what to expect for your morning commute this morning. And now let's take a look at later on today. So here's. Let's back it up to 4 p.m. Alrighty. So by 4 o'clock, our weak little wave of low pressure, it's intensified plenty enough. It's well offshore. However, precipitation, you see it's still back here into parts of Maine, coastal New Hampshire, eastern Mass, and most of Connecticut and Rhode Island. I think the model is overdoing precipitation a tad, especially in areas like western Connecticut, right there. And I don't expect it to reach in this far into Maine. Might clip the southern edge of Maine with a little bit of snow, but I expect the farthest up it'll get is just York County. The rest of us may see a flurry or two, but I do not expect any extended period of even light snow. This moves out tonight, and clear, cool air mass could be moving in. I should say cold, because lows, going to be in the single digits for a lot of places, and highs will struggle to reach 20 degrees in most of the area that we're looking at. So it's Today's going to be the last day for most of Maine and New Hampshire, and northern New Hampshire and northern Vermont. Today is going to be the last day we'll be above freezing for an extended period of time. Southern New England, you may or may not reach 32 degrees in this period, but bears watching. So now let me take you over to our next winter weather event that we're watching, and it's going to fall right here. Now this is the European model, the best model in the opinion of most forecasters. However, the agency that maintains this model charges you a ton of money for access to all of the frames that their model puts out. So since I do not have that access, I only get a crude image for every 24 hours. But it's still kind of good to see where for placement of the low. The European model can be alright at that. And as you see here, we have a nice strong low pressure center off the New England coast. You see most of southern and eastern New England does get rain from this event, but a strong cold air damming situation should keep most of northern New England safe from the rain. Now, let's transition over to the GFS model, which we have full access to. And let's start here on Saturday. This will be Saturday at 7 p.m. And you can see down here the low pressure organizing. So here's one low pressure center right there. And here's the secondary low. It's the one that we're interested in. This guy will peel up off into Canada and the Great Lakes, while this guy comes over here and has a little bit of fun with us. As you can see by the blue here, the precipitation is already starting to move into the region by this time. Looks to be a pretty large storm system. Precipitation affecting Michigan, Mexico, and New England at the same time. That's pretty good for one storm system. And as time goes on into Sunday, here's again 7 p.m. Saturday. And this will be 10 p.m. This will be 1 a.m. Or, no, sorry, this will be 7 a.m. How wrong time increments here. And as you can see, that gigantic low pressure system is right there. You can see there's no more of that other low pressure center. That's dissipated, and this has become our only concern. And as you can see right there, there's a very tight gradient between the freezing line and 10 degrees Celsius above freezing in the upper levels of the lower to mid levels of the atmosphere, so way above our heads. And this is going to be very interesting because it looks like wind direction is going to play a key factor in whether we get lots of snow or not a lot of snow. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, my confidence that this is going to move up the coast and stuff is low. It is increasing. However, I wouldn't bank on this scenario as of now. It's still just one option on the table. Here you see 3 or so p.m. or 1 or so p.m. The storm and precipitation is pulling off to the east. 7 p.m., most of the area is clear of precipitation. And then we're back into that cold high pressure. But as I said before, it's just there's very little confidence with this scenario. So stay tuned, and we'll keep monitoring the latest forecasts, and I'll see you guys again this evening. Thanks, and have a great day.